What's up, everybody? Okay, let me get her off the screen because we ain't talking about K. Michelle yet. I got her on the screen. What's up, everybody? We have a full show today. Just sit back, relax. I'm talking about a show today. We're gonna be talking about a lot of topics. We're gonna be getting into Tiger Woods, Andre Taylor, Erica and Safaree, Brachier Gray, K. Michelle, and we also gonna be talking about Bishop Sinegal, doing an open rebuke on Prophet Carn. We're gonna talk about that today. So, hey everybody, can y'all hear me? I want to make sure y'all can hear me before we actually get started on YouTube. Let me know because I want to make sure y'all can hear me really good out there. Shout out to y'all. Okay, we're gonna get into our first topic. All right, let's get into Tiger Woods. Apparently, we're gonna send our prayers. Put up on the screen. Let's send our prayers to him. He got into a car accident today. His car he pretty much lost control. And it came out, the news came out that he was this big accident and that he had to get some surgery. He had to get surgery and stuff like that. And I wonder, this was like the third accident because he been in a couple of accidents. And I'm like, Tiger Woods, you need to stop driving. I hope he do recover. You need to stop driving. And I hope you weren't behind the wheel drinking. Because I was like, I hope he wasn't behind the wheel drinking. I hope he wasn't doing no type of substance, no painkillers, and forgot that you were driving and all of that. Okay, I'm just saying, I hope you wasn't cheating. Because, you got to put that stuff out there because I'm like, he always getting these accidents. You got all of this money. You are worth millions of dollars. Why don't you go and get you a driver and have somebody to drive you around instead of you driving? You always lose control. If you keep getting in accidents, you need to stop driving. If you keep rolling and you can't keep control, if you can't drive, you've been in more than 3 accidents, sit down. Don't drive. Get you a driver, take you an Uber, take you a Lyft, or get your hind part on the bus. That man have so many back problems, all that, and he probably under the influence. They better check his blood, check his urine, and I can guarantee you probably, I'm just saying this allegedly, it's probably got to deal with some him with drinking or probably under the influence. Because it wasn't even dark. It was light out and all that. I think this needs to be a deeper investigation because, it definitely needs to be a deeper investigation and they need to look at it real deep. And I say check his blood. He still wants to be the driver, but rich people want to be in control. And you ain't in control because he's always losing control because he's always in accident. But he is in my prayers. I'm praying that he get a speedy recovery. Not I pray he get that speedy recovery. I pray that he can get back out there and go to golf and all that. He just had back surgery not too long ago to get his back together. And now you and all that, you just need to, God is trying to tell you something and you better listen. When you keep getting all them car accidents, it's something that God is trying to tell you, son, stop. You can't drive. Stop driving. Get you a driver. Stay still. Stop moving around. It's like I said, because if you've been in one, I can understand. But 2, 3, how many accidents this man been in? He gets in a lot of accidents. And sometimes one of the this isn't his first accident. Like it's not. And it ain't gonna probably be his last. No telling. Well, we're gonna move on. He's in our prayers. We are praying for Tiger Woods. So I'm not gonna let y'all get out here and say I'm not gonna pray for him. I hope he get a speedy recovery, and I hope he pray that he get a driver. See, my prayer, I ain't gonna just pray, say, oh Lord, heal him, heal him, heal him, heal him. I'm also gonna be saying, Lord, bless him with a driver. Put it on his heart to get in the Uber Black. Come on now. You got folks getting Uber Blacks going to people apartments and houses and hills. He need to get an Uber Black. Some people don't need to drive. Some people can't drive. So it just is what it is. Some people just, can't drive. And if you, like him, I don't even want to be in a car with him, nowhere near in a car with him because he is a liability risk. I can just understand his premiums probably skyrocket through the roof when they see him coming because he's been on the accident. You can just imagine his is just skyrocketed. It ain't about wanting privacy. He can't drive. He can't drive. He probably be, see, when he in the car driving, his back, see, I don't want to say all this stuff. I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it. He probably behind the wheel, and that back probably get them ache pains in that back, you know, because he got it in that spine. It probably creep up in that spine and them jerks and them bones and all that. And it probably, you know, you get a pain because, you know, sometimes I can't be doing all that driving. When I'm in pain, I get ankle pains, and that pain shoots up and jerks your body, and, you know, it do all type of stuff. So I'm just saying it probably could have been it probably could have been that way. I'm just saying, again, I will tell y'all again. It could be a vision problem, or it could be him just looking at the women that coming past you, be like, oh Lord, look how she look. And you can't even keep focused. Whatever it is, I can guarantee you this ain't just innocent. I don't think it's just innocent, and I can guarantee it's probably something in his blood. And when they come out and they say, well, he was under the influence, then y'all be like, that brother Wiley said that. He said it. I just feel it. It's something in his blood. I could just, but it says probably alcohol level or probably dealing with pills. I'm just saying, probably dealing with pills because, like I said, he gets a lot of surgery, so he be in a lot of pain, and he probably took some pills and probably was under influence. Now I could be wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong in this instance. All right, but let's go ahead. But they said he was in the car by himself. He didn't have no, you know, nobody that wasn't his wife. He was in the car by himself, as the report says. So we definitely gonna keep a good eye on that. My good eye on that. We gonna move on. Okay. All right. I'm just saying. I just said what I said. We gonna move on. Let's get to Andre. Oh Lord. We get to Andre Taylor. Talley. Did I say his name? Andre Talley. Hold on. I'm just calling him Andre. I'm probably gonna mess up his last name. Let me bring up his picture. Did I have his picture up in here? I thought I did. Okay, I didn't. Let me go ahead and pull up his picture. Give me a second. But until we get the picture, we'll talk about K. Michelle because we got her picture up here. All right, let's get into K. Michelle. Now, K. Michelle is getting dragged on social media. This is with the case. She was trying to get up there and whop and do the whop. Now, somebody should have told K. Michelle that her butt is just stiff. She had all them surgeries. She got all them stitches. And she really decided to get up there and try to dance. And I felt sad for her because she really wanted that butt to jiggle. But I was standing to the phone. I'm like, K. Michelle, it's not gonna jiggle. It's gone. You took all that stuff out your butt. It ain't gonna jiggle. And she was trying to make it hop and you know, jiggle and all that. It couldn't do it. You know, the price you pay when you get all the fillings and all that stuff in your butt, and then you remove it out your butt. It messes up your butt. It messes up the flow of your butt, and then now it just stuck. She tried and she was trying her best to do it, and she couldn't shake it because it didn't jiggle. It was just there, and it didn't move. It didn't move. I looked at it, and she was in the camera. She was trying her best to just shake it so it can jiggle, because she still thought in her mind that she had all that fake Brazilian butt, but she ain't got that Brazilian butt no more. She had it removed. But she was drunk off that Hennessy, because she liked to drink Hennessy and all that, probably drunk, and got up there and she tried to shake it. And then she embarrassed herself. She's like, man, it ain't go. And then she had to sit down. She got off the camera. She was embarrassed because it didn't move. It was just, I mean, that butt did not move because she have a lot of surgery. I could just imagine the smell. I mean, I could just imagine when you take them clothes off, them stitches and all that stuff. I can just imagine. Because all them surgery you get, because when you get a butt job and then the butt job ain't work, it seeps through your bloodstream. I could just imagine the scars, the pus, the smell. I'm just saying. Okay, probably somebody like blood and pus and odor. It probably got odor or right in Hennessy because she drinks a lot of Hennessy. I could just imagine probably got galls and all type of stuff behind that butt. But she tried to shake it. I saw sis was trying to get up there and she was trying to shake it. And I felt bad. I said, let it get a little jiggle. And not even a jiggle. Go and look at the video. It was posted on It was posted on Kaya page, and I don't out of the integrity of this show, I don't want to show my sister K Michelle and all that. And you know, K Michelle been blocked me on Twitter. I think did she block me on Twitter? She must have blocked me on Twitter because I'm still on her Instagram. She blocked me years ago on Twitter because me and her got into a Twitter beef. And I was dragging out and all that type of stuff because then I'm a fan of Tamar Braxton. And this is when, you know, K Michelle had the butt, you know, the butt job and all of this before she got sick and it seeped through her bloodstream and she got dizzy and falling out. And this is before all that, and you know, all that. So, you know, she now got it removed. So we definitely gonna pray for K Michelle. We definitely gonna pray for her. That's the price you pay when you get these fake butt jobs and then you try to twerk and move around. I'm seeing that. I saw a blogger today. He had got surgery to suction out the fat, and all you see is bones and head. I said, my God. I was looking at a blogger today, and I went in deep prayer. I saw was a big head and just bones. Look like he just recovering from just being sick. And I looked and I said, what in the world? And these people think they look good and they look sick. I'm just saying. These people, you can't tell them that they look good. And baby, they look sickly. I ain't gonna say no names. See, I'm proud, you know, for me, I'm built really nice. So when people see me like, God, Lee, wow, you built nice. And once I lose about 5 or 10 pounds, I'm good. But I'm not gonna go and get a vacuum cleaner and suction out my fatness. I'm gonna just put in the work, go to the gym, stop eating patty pies and stop eating fried chicken and work on the diet and stop eating Pringles and stop eating pork skin and I said I'm gonna stop eating fudge strip shortbread cookies. I'm gonna have to stop eating that if I want to lose the gut. But I shouldn't go and get the surgery. Come on, somebody up in the chat, and they suction out the fat. All I should stop doing is eating the junk food. Come on, somebody, turn to your neighbor and say, you ain't got to get no vacuum to suck out the fat. Just put down the pork skins. Put down the Pringles. Put down the short cookies. You know why you gained all that weight, all that stuff that you eat. You see all that. This is why I done got fat. I said, eat all that cookies and watching Netflix, ain't moving, sitting down, eating Pringles, eating ice cream in the middle of the night, chocolate and all that. And I wonder why. I woke up this morning and I looked in the mirror. I said, man, I didn't gain weight. How did this happen? And I said, and some told me it was the Pringles. It was like a voice in my head. It's those patty pies. It's those shortbread cookies. And I said, oh, okay. I didn't know news. I didn't know, you know, what was going on. You know, I don't want to do what some of these bloggers doing, going to get the surgery and they suction out all of it. And I'm just losing weight. Then you just see nothing but my head and just nothing but bones. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see myself like that when people look at me like, oh, Lord, we're going to pray for you, brother. Are you okay? I don't want to go through that and all that because it's a hit and a miss. I just go to the gym and work on my dieting. Dieting means something. Yes. So we definitely gonna pray for K Michelle, and we're gonna pray for that sister. She was struggling. Let me stop because I already know she may block me on Instagram. So I'm gonna move on. Because these celebrities, they go to YouTube and they sell. One of my mentors was saying, they said, Wiley, don't be shocked if a lot of these celebrities remove you from their friend list because they go on YouTube and they see who talking about me. And I don't want to get blocked. You know, I'm trying to work in the industry and all of that good stuff. But yeah. All right. We're going to move on to the next. Do we have Andre picture up here? Give me a second. I'm trying to get up here. We got a new producer that's working for us. And they didn't bring their glasses today. So we trying to see that they bring it up. Okay. I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it. Do you have Andre picture up here? We're gonna try again. We don't have Andre picture up here. They did not bring their glasses today, and they didn't put the picture up there. But we're trying to get this picture up, so bear with us, family out there. Let me do it. Okay. This is a good picture. I don't know why this didn't come up. Let's see what this work. Because I want, oh no, and that didn't come up either. What the world? Give me a second. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about Brachier Gray, the guy from Hakeem from we'll talk about him, Brachier Gray, because we have his picture up there. So my producer sent me this story 2 weeks ago. Brachier Gray, y'all know what happened. He if you didn't know, I'm gonna just tell you, his wife got beat by him, and he went. And it was a standoff situation, right? He was holding her hostage. So now I had the pleasure of watching the interrogation tape of him getting questioned by the authorities. And he was saying that it wasn't me, it was somebody named Fred. And the man had a shirt, always said he wasn't making any type of sense. I could really tell that he wasn't well, that he's manic, and that he needs some type of mental health counseling, therapy, and also medication, right? And it's unfortunate when you come into an industry that prays and it's a lot of stresses and a lot of stuff that goes on there. And if you are already mentally not there, you know, it does something to you. And then this is something, when you in Hollywood, it does something to you mentally, because one season that you can be on everybody's mind, everybody watching and say, hello, I love you, you the greatest, and then you lose that check. That's a lot of stuff that you can go through in your mind when you used to getting thousands of dollars and people taking your pictures, and you just got all these jobs, and you lose that. It does something to you mentally. You get angry, and you take out unfortunately, he took that frustration out on his wife. And it took that frustration. And that's why I tell people, when you are in the business, you have to have a good prayer life and a good therapist and counselor. Sometimes get 2 or 3 therapists, and make sure you take your medication. Some of us have to take that bottle and that pill, because if you don't take that pill, you go crazy. But I can understand why Brachier Gray did not want to take the medicine, because I was hearing rumors. They were saying Wiley, when he would do movies or shows, he don't want to take the medicine because it take away from him creatively. I understand that, because even when I do the show, I'm not as funny. I feel like it's like some holding me back. And, you know, when I'm manic, I could just go on the top of my head and my delivery is better. And I'm just boom, 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 boom. But when I get that medicine in me, it's like I'm slouching. I'm not really into it. It's like I lose interest. But when I'm manic, oh baby, my creativity, oh yeah, we gonna do this. We going on Patreon. We going on Stationhead. We going on Bingo. Like I'm just really, really going. Because today I was manic. And I wasn't sleeping. I didn't sleep for a couple of, and then finally I was able to just go to sleep. Woo! I went live on Instagram today, very manic. So I forgot that who I was on Instagram with, they were at their job, and I'm just on there cussing. Yeah, and this is going. They said, "Oh, wait, don't do that cussing. Don't do that cussing. Shut up. Don't do that. Wait a minute, I'm about to hang up on you." I'm like, "Oh, my bad. I didn't know." Because when you manic, you don't be knowing. You just be in that cussing. I'm very unfiltered. Man, I was on that. I was on that IG live, just as manic, just as cussing. I didn't care who's in that room. And I was on Armin Brown 09. She was like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to hang up. Don't be doing that cussing." And you do. I have to leave that monster drink alone. I'm gonna tell you that I'm gonna have to leave that monster drink alone. Baby, that monster don't work well with it. It really, and then you mad and you got a monster. Oh, baby, child. What's one thing I can't say? You got when you're dealing with something like that. I'm glad that I'm single, and let me tell you why. Because I'm so glad I don't have a wife or somebody around me in a relationship to see me go through that. I'm glad that I don't have that as of right now, because I'm not ready. I'm glad that I don't have children have to see me, because I'm not ready. Right? And he's very talented. I'm looking at the brother picture, and I was looking at him talking, and I was saying in the comments, I was like, in his mind, he's making all the sense. He whatever he's saying is the truth for him. And he was just talking, yeah, and it was my friend. She went to my friend's house, and no, I went to my friend's house, and she I don't want to get her in trouble because she's illegal. Like you go see the tape, go type in his name. And you will see that in him being interrogated. And I hope he gets the help that he needs. I really hope that he go get the help. they need, some people need more help than others. For me, sleeping is a big thing. And I remember my psychiatrist told me, he said, you need to sleep. If when you don't sleep, you go berserk. Like, sleeping is a big thing. And let me say this really quickly. So, and y'all pray for me when I get to saying this stuff, because I don't want nobody to get triggered, but this is the Wiley Show. We always got to bring it back and be in person before we get to these other topics. But I remember being on we broke up, and I was just dragging him. I was real manic, just dragging him. So we got back cool. We tried to resolve the relationship. And to his credit, he always he'd come over to the Wiley Show. And one particular time I was just dragging him, and he came over to the show, and he said, so you mean to tell me when you get sleepy, I gotta be ready for a wear out? Like, and it's like, for him, he got it the worst. And I'm being honest with you. I'm being honest. And this is just the truth. It's like, when I get so manic, baby, he would get it the worst. And he didn't really do nothing. I mean, it was like, so when you get sleepy, I got to get prepared for a wear out. And to his credit, he just be just as nice. He ain't do nothing, just as calm. And I'm all just dragging it. Yeah, he did such and such and such. I would be that way. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just being honest with you. I'm being real honest with you of what I experienced. So we definitely gonna pray for Brachier Gray. And I can also tell you this. I remember my friend Jaquez. I went to not the R&B famous singer. Before y'all go in his DMs, Wiley from the Wiley Show, not the R&B famous singer, but my friend, his name is Jaquez, right? But I remember I was so manic, I ain't sleeping days, and he called me. We were arguing, the stuff that I was saying wasn't making no sense, but I was just cussing him out, saying all type of conspiracy stuff to him, and blah 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 blah. And them people on that bus are like, what in the world is going on with this young man? But it was rough. And one thing I can say, unfortunately, I got to take this to you sisters. Be very cautious on dating someone that is mentally ill. I'm gonna say it. Ask questions. If a man say, sister, and you as a man, if you about to be in a relationship, let that woman know that you got bipolar. Let that woman know that you schizophrenic. Let that woman know that you hear voices. Don't lie and say, ain't nothing wrong with me, I'm good. Let her know she should have a right to know that you are not all the way there upstairs. Let her know that. Because it is a lot to deal with when you're dealing with somebody that is mentally ill. It is hard to live with somebody that is mentally ill, that will not take their medicine, that will take it sometime when they want to take it. And even with some that's on meds, they still ain't acting right. So it is a challenge. But you should let her know that you got problems or you got issues. And you as a sister, don't be too quick just because he got some good pain. He hit you from the back to front. You come multiple times. You just going to ignore that he got all these illnesses. So when he hits your hind part in the face, don't be shocked. So just because he look good and he's in Hollywood and he hits you and he eats you real good, it's like it's the best feeling ever. Pay attention to that. And you always let them know, are you on your meds? How long you seeing your psychiatrist? And see them when they're on their medication. Look at the side effects. Don't just rush to be with somebody that say had a mental illness. And I'm not discriminating against people that got a mental illness because I got one. I just have to be honest and say I sometimes do have mood swings. I do. Sometimes I do have mood swings. It even have gotten so bad. Some jobs that I've worked with. One job that I was at, I ain't that no more because I forgot. I worked at that job. I had so many mood swings, and some of them people remember my mood swings with some because I would cuss out my coworkers like that. I would rebuke them. One coworker I cussed out in the break room, and she cried. I just dragged her. I cussed out, and I don't know what she asked me. I was tired, and I just cussed her out. But it is some mood swings that you have, because I have them. I'm not gonna act like I don't have no mood swings. When this camera get off, you don't know how I am when this camera's off. I'm just keeping it real. This morning I had a mood swing. I can cover it a little bit because I'm online talking and it's hard to distribute, but it was like, and then eventually I went on and went to sleep. Yeah, I went on and I went to sleep, and not sleeping probably can make you sick too, and probably not taking care of yourself. Right. And you gotta sleep. Because I remember like sleeping is key. And I was like, Lord, let me see. So I slept today, and I just woke up maybe an hour ago because I was sleeping. I mean, once I got off that IG live, I thought I was about to go and watch Equalizer, and I just went to sleep. And I was shocked. I'm like, okay. With sleep. My husband ex had issues. We always had to deal with something with her pertaining to the boys. Yeah. So get it together, and we definitely gonna pray for him. And I'm praying for his wife. That do not excuse you just because you have a mental illness that gives you the right to put your hand on a woman. That does not give you a right to do so. If you know that you cannot keep your hand to yourself when you have a mood swing and all that, don't be with a woman. Don't be in a relationship. Okay. If you know that I'm a woman beater, I know I'm gonna put my hands on a woman, don't be with one. Just go to a gym, punch the punching bag, and just be by yourself. And he was talking about my career is gonna mess up my career. He was just talking, he was just talking berserk. That interview was like a 2-hour and some interview, and we definitely gonna pray for him. So he's definitely in our prayers. Y'all definitely can clearly see, like, look at that side and look at the other side. When you got that mental illness, it's a certain look that you get. Your hair, you don't care nothing about your hair. You don't care nothing about your upkeep. You know, I remember when I was really in my lowest, I didn't care how I smell. I didn't care how I look. I wasn't eating. I didn't drink. I just did not care about my upkeep at all. I just literally disconnect, and you literally see that look on him. You can see it, you see it on him that the man needs some help. And I hope that he gets the help that he needs, and we gonna move on because we talk about him enough. All right, let's talk about, do I have Andre picture up here? Yeah, finally we got Andre picture we can talk about now. Andre, oh, wait a minute. Let me delete something because it's only letting you let a certain amount of pictures up here. So let me do this one and get Andre picture up here. There we go. All right, here we go. So Andre, big fashion icon, all fashion. Everybody, he read the labels. He's real big. He's real big in fashion. No pun intended. So apparently, a friend that he'd been knowing for about 40 years is evicting him from the mansion that he's currently residing. So according to Andre, that he had a deal that he was going to buy the mansion from the friend. And I guess him and the friend of 40 some odd years fell out. And now the friend went to the court and said, I want him out my house. I'm evicting him. And Andre, he got arthritis. He can't hardly move like that. So my thing is this is why it's so important to get your own when you got it. You got the money, just get your own, and you don't necessarily need a mansion. It's just your big behind. What the world you need all the rooms for? It's just you. And you rent it. I don't understand. One thing I would never understand. I'm not against renting, but I do have a problem when you rent a mansion and get evicted. Why are you rent a mansion and don't get a loan and try to have it for your own self? Why are you rent a mansion? I would never understand. Why are you going around renting Bugattis and renting all these expensive cars and you renting it? What in the world? Paying it for $6,000 a day. I don't want to live that type of lifestyle. I don't want to flex and put out type of image. Skip that. If all I can afford being in a 1-bedroom apartment and I just so happen to be famous, I'm happy and I'm at peace versus me getting embarrassed, getting evicted out of these mansions. Just be yourself. If all you can afford is being in a 1-bedroom apartment or being in a studio with dim lighting and a broken window, then do what you can afford. Don't try to live this false reality and get all. And they do that a lot in Hollywood because it's an addiction. You see this and that, and you think that you have to do it. It's a lot of things people do in Hollywood. And I said, Lord, please, when I get there, I do not want to just do foolish decisions. I'm renting a mansion, renting. Talking about this is my sanctuary. You're lying. That ain't your sanctuary. That's your friend's sanctuary that you renting. And it makes him look bad because you wearing all that fabric of expensive clothes. You wearing all that fabric of expensive clothes and you getting evicted wearing Gucci, wearing Tom Ford, and you getting evicted. That is embarrassing. You come to the courtroom with a big old wide fabric of Tom Ford getting evicted. That don't make no sense. That is foolish to me. I do not want to go there with all that fabric of labels in the eviction court getting evicted. That's sad. You need deliverance. If you think that is the right, appropriate thing to do, that is foolish. You in a courtroom with a Chanel bag getting evicted. Some should tell you, maybe I should stop investing in these labels and just get my own place. And make sure you pay. It's expensive rent a mansion. I had a friend, and he didn't rent a mansion, right? He was a good-looking guy, and he said, yeah, Wiley, I'm about to go rent me out a 3-bedroom apartment. I said, why are you renting out a 3-bedroom apartment? It's just you. You only can sleep in one room. I'm doing it anyway. I want to do this. And he was getting it all furnished, and he couldn't keep it. He got evicted. It was too much for him. And I said, you can't afford it. He said, what you mean you can't afford it? Anytime you got to go rent you some furniture, anytime that you got to work 3 to 4 jobs to keep all the extra, you can't afford it. I said, why don't you just get you a studio? Get you a little studio, save your bread up. And I was giving him that advice. And man, then listen to me. He got that big old apartment. I went to see it, and it was really nice. And I was there when he got evicted. And he looked at me, and we was on our way because, he got evicted. We couldn't afford to get no truck. No, we just had to go on the bus and just take his whatever items, to the storage room. And he said, yeah, Wiley, you were right. I shouldn't have did that. You sure tried to tell me. And I'm like, man, it's okay. Let's just go ahead. This your stop. We're the storage room. Help them put the little stuff in storage. Rent a center. They come and getting their furniture. I felt bad for them. So they sure gonna come get that furniture. Baby, rent a center, they came there, they got that nice that couch. They showed, they came and got all that stuff. Couldn't afford it. Because, rent a center, you miss one payment on rent a center, they calling you. You better not miss a payment. Rent a center, they thirsty for their stuff over there. And then when you calculate how much money you have rented from Rent a Center, you would have came out better just saving a couple of checks and buying something outright than versus you renting it because you didn't play quadruple the price. All right. They say, I think Andre and that guy, they were lovers. I think so too. They were lovers. He probably got tired of Andre and he probably met him a different guy. I probably do it, but you gotta be business minded. Though that's your lover, but don't be stupid. Yeah, we lovers and all that. If I'm dealing with somebody rich, put the price in my name. Give me some property, give me some stocks and bonds. You know what I'm saying? If I was dating somebody rich, I don't just want to just for the extravagant of us just being together. No, give me some in my name. Give me some equity. Give me some properties in my name. The deed is in my name. No, the cars in my name. Bank accounts with my name only. You know what I mean? And I do feel for Andre. I do. I'm not really don't feel for him because the man, he still can get him a place. It's just like, are you willing to downgrade just to a regular apartment? So I don't feel bad for him. Sometimes when you deal with these rich people or these people that still have some type of status, I really don't feel bad for him because he could just get a regular place. I feel bad for people that can't get an apartment. They can't, you know what I'm saying? So they get put out because they lost their job for no part of their own because of a virus. I feel bad for those people. that can't pay rent because a pandemic came and shocked up the whole world, and they couldn't pay payments. And they were already check to check, and they lose that check to check, and they had to get evicted, or some people had gotten evicted. So I feel bad for those people. But for him, when time for it, big extra large fabric, I don't feel bad for that. No, I don't feel bad. But I'm gonna pray for him that he learned from this situation. I'm not gonna laugh. One thing about Minister Farrakhan, he said, and I'm gonna try to listen to Brother Minister, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. He said, "Don't laugh, learn." So I want to learn from that situation. One thing I learned from him is, if you taking pee up your rectum, come on, somebody, make sure you get your name on the deed. If you let them put it up there in your rectum, through the fabric up there in your rectum and your gut, you better make sure your name is on some cars, some lands, and all that, because I'm not going to be taking all that pee and our name ain't on the deed. You don't put my name on the deed, I ain't taking the deed. Get it out of my face. I'm just saying. You taking up all that, riding it on your knees and all that type of stuff. Then I got to lift that big, thick leg up because it's big and thick. Go through all that fabric, take off them big old drawers and root through all that type of stuff, and you ain't got your name on the deed? Man, please. Forget that. And you getting evicted, you took all that D and you getting evicted? Because he ain't gonna do nothing. If that guy was his lover that was with Andre, that's evicted Andre, because they said they were friends. I do believe they probably was lovers. He probably gonna get somebody that is smaller, somebody that is probably white, and probably don't have all the extra, because it's a lot of work when you dealing with people that's up at a certain size. Come on, somebody. It ain't, when you skinny and all, for me, I'm speaking from experience. It's a lot of work when somebody is bigger than you in size. It's a lot of work that you got to do in that bed. It's a little extra work that you got to do. When you a physique and all that, you could hold up, boom, boom, boom. But when you that size, Andre said, baby, that's some work. Baby, that's some work you putting up in that bedroll. And all that type of stuff, like that, you need to be the deed. You should have been on the deed. I don't understand that, Andre. I don't understand that. You too smart to be that dumb. You was that man for 40-some years taking 40 years of pressure, and you ain't on no deeds. Whew. Come on now. Let's go head on. It's upset that the white people are rejecting him. He didn't bring not one black person up in the fashion world. Right. And that's karma. Them people, they're going to reject you. They're going to use you up and throw you away. And don't come to the black community trying to come to Essence Festival and try to talk all black. No, going back over there with them folk that you were with that disown you, throwing you out. And then he ain't gonna do nothing but come on Roland Martin Unfiltered, talk to black people, go to the Breakfast Club talking all black. He forgot that he was black, taking all that white peen up there. Man, hey, you didn't get no deed. Maybe you better make sure, because it ain't gonna last always. You better make sure you get properties again. Make sure you get your name in some stocks and bonds. If I'm gonna deal with somebody that got money, I want investments. I'm dealing with, especially if I'm dealing with somebody, get cameras, lights in my name, LLC, BBC, and everything like that. But he gonna wind up being at Essence Festival talking all black, up there with Eon Levanzat. He's gonna be up there. I could just imagine. Just watch. He gonna be at Essence. Just watch. Just don't laugh, people. Don't get in the chat and laugh. I want y'all to learn. I want y'all to learn from it. Don't laugh at Andre. Just learn from it. But just watch. He gonna be at Essence. He gonna be at the NAACP pretty soon. He gonna be up there with Ben Crump and they're rapping our shop. It's gonna happen. All right. And he said he paid over $1 million. And I'm not paying, hold up, no. I'm not paying no rent if I'm taking all that ping. He don't know how to play the game. I don't understand that. How you taking up all that ping and all, I can just imagine that smell. Ooh, that bed. I'm praying for the bed. I'm praying for the bed. That's what I'm praying for. You can't get mad at me, but Wiley, you shouldn't pray for the bed. I'm praying that bed is still standing. That's how that baby. That bed better be strong and built with steel from all four corners of that bed, and that it really, you know what I'm saying. I can just imagine. Okay. Well, I can't laugh. He still got more fabric and all that type of stuff. And then if he come over here, I talk to him. Andre, how you doing? Thank you, brother. I would love to interview him. Producers, if you're in the chat, we're gonna reach out to Andre and we're gonna try to get him on the show. I do want to say these views are just comedic views. I'm just doing commentary. That's all what I'm doing over there. I don't know the brother. I've never been in his bed. You know what I'm saying? Never been around the brother. So we definitely gonna pray for Andre that he learned from that situation. Okay, no, he gonna need more than a king size bed. He gonna need a king, baby. He gonna need an emperor for all that. All right, let's move on. Now we talked about. I think we talked about. Okay, let's get into Erica. Give me a second. Did we get into Erica? Do we have a picture up here? Where's Erica at? Here we go. We're gonna talk about Erica and Safaree. Child, these people be rushing to get married and they don't think. But Safaree went live and he said, let me see if I can well, he didn't go live, he was on Instagram. And I'm gonna show y'all the tweets that he wrote. Now, how can I do this? If I go to my page, oh yeah, I go to my page and go under this. And let me screen share and show y'all the tweet so y'all can see what Safaree said. I hope y'all having a good. I don't know what's going on with my camera. Keep going down. All right. Let me go to. Let me screen share. Here we go. Instagram. All right. He said, "I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Getting married was one of my biggest mistakes, and it will never happen again. I'm walking away before I end up in jail over some dumb ish. Nobody is worth my freedom." And when he said that, I'm like, I was triggered because I remember when Nikki accused Safaree of beating her. So I hope that he don't think that he's about to beat Erica, because Erica looked like the type that will go to the police and to the cops. So he put that tweet out that he regret getting married. And she wrote a tweet and she said this. This is what his wife wrote. "Since you always run to social media like a little girl, I might as well join in. I absolutely agree with you on this. You are the most selfish, vain, inconsiderate person, and not just with me, but with your only daughter." And this is what gets me with folks when they talk about we want privacy and all that. Y'all put this stuff out public. You know what I'm saying? And y'all put all this stuff out public. Y'all all on OnlyFans, you showing your pain and all that, and y'all need to be working on y'all marriage. Now, Safaree, you were messy to put this information out here on Twitter. On Twitter. You were mad. Oh, it was McMills that be here and not Safaree. Oh, I thought it was Safaree. They said it was me. But you were messy to put this out. You could have easily said, you know what? How about we go to therapy? How about you go to counseling? And how about you do that? And they do a lot of stuff for social media. These people, before they would have I know some people before they would tell their girlfriend how they feel, their boyfriend how they feel, they would go on Facebook Live to talk about their relationship problems. And I had to tell somebody, I said, why you don't talk to your man before you go live and throwing out shots? That only make the problem worse, because then you get the pressure of the public opinion. They got their mind made up. They said what they said. Before you go click on that and get a click and a view, or before you put out a tweet, talk to your wife and say, listen, I feel that we need to go to counseling. We need to go to therapy before you put out a tweet. And before y'all arguing and all of this, between Erica and between Safaree should be having probably. Do I believe that they're going to break up? No. They just having some problems. She's going to go over there. They're going to have some problems. They're going to wind up going back over there, and they're going to get back together and all that. They're not going to get divorced because they need each other. They in business together. They got OnlyFans together, property together. So they're going to be using each other. And then if they do leave, Erica probably going to leave to try to get her a more successful man unless the money dried up. Because sometimes, too, they could be arguing because the money dried up. That could be a reason. When I was looking at the divorce rate, and one of the leading factors in divorce is finances. So it could be something going on in their finances, that money ain't right, and now you want to throw out. But but even if that, you don't cut down expenses. You don't need to be living in no mansion. Just get a regular house. Okay. Now I'm sure they're gonna do that. I do think it's forever. I do think they're gonna make up. And if they do get divorced, I won't be shocked. These people, they just be rushing to get in relationships. I think they just rush. Oh, Wiley, you think? Yeah. So we hope they get it together. You actually right. Nikki did accuse some of domestic violence and accuse her of putting the knife on. Yes, I remember that. Thank you. I know I was right. Y'all talking about it was Meek Mill. It was the Safaree that Nicki Minaj said that Safaree hit her. He used to really be abusive. And you be very cautious with that. He's talking about all about freedom. And I hope he put his hands on Erica. Safaree, you better not put your hands on her. Only thing you better be beating it up is the yoni with your peen. But don't you be putting your hands on her. And you put your hands on her, you're going to have a problem. Don't let me come over there. Okay? All right, let's move on. That was Meek Mill's. I'm sorry, that was Safaree and Erica. Let's get to them again. I don't feel sorry for them at all. They should just go on to counseling and all that type of stuff. Now, this is something I want to talk about before we get into the church tea. I want to bring this up. Tekashi 6ix9ine, baby mama, went live. She went live and she pretty much was saying, do not call my daughter a B word. And I can understand people say, oh, she's a clout chaser. No, she's not a clout chaser. Her life is, she know that my life can simply be in jeopardy as well as my daughter's life because of the foolish behavior of my baby father. Right? Because of the foolish behavior of my baby father, that my life can be in jeopardy, that this can be in jeopardy. So I do believe that she's trying to say, hey, what he's doing is very foolish. It's putting his life, and I hope that she get protection. I hope he have protection for his daughter and for his, his daughter's mother, for his child's mother. And it's so sad. It's really sad because she had to come out live and they're dragging her daughter. But I want to tell her, it ain't gonna stop people from talking. They're gonna talk. And the more you go live, the more they're gonna talk, unfortunately. And you look really nice, beautiful, as I might say. I don't want to deal with you because it's too hot. You got too many people, goons and stuff like that. No, I want to be around that. And I hope that will Tekashi 6ix9ine stop. He just got into some confrontation. I think down there in Florida, somewhere he was at. They were harassing him or saying different stuff. And he was arguing back and forth. And I said that's the price tag when you create that atmosphere. It don't end well when you create the atmosphere. All right. Okay. Let us get to the church tea. And this is my last topic, and then we'll take some phone lines. We'll take some phone calls. I'm sorry. We're going to talk about Bishop. Let's get into, do I have their pictures? Oh, Lord. I know it was the blood. I know it was the blood. And I know it was the blood for me. And for Bishop Sinegal, Bishop Prophet Carn allegedly, this is all alleged because I don't want to get on here and this is everything what I'm saying, it is alleged. But Bishop Sinegal went live yesterday with a flyer. He's saying that this is an open rebuke. He rebuked Prophet Carn. And he quoted, he literally got up there and he had a letter. I never seen a preacher rebuke another preacher with a flyer. This man had a whole flyer. I mean, a graphic designer flyer. And he rebuked Prophet Carn, saying that he did some things that ain't right and it's against God and he needs to sit down. So what did I do? I went on Dr. Larry Reed channel because he is the TMZ of the church world. And he went live, he was talking, and he said, Bishop Sinegal is doing this because he wants Prophet Carn churches. And Prophet Carn needs to sit down, and Bishop Sinegal, he needs to sit down too with his fat self. So, kept listening. And then Dr. Larry Reed said, yeah, what really happened, see, what Bishop Sinegal ain't telling you is that Prophet Carn slept with his wife. So the tea allegedly in the streets, in the church streets, that Prophet Carn slept with Bishop Sinegal's wife. But according to Dr. Larry Reed, it wasn't that he stuck his peen in her puss. What we're hearing that it was oral stuff going on. But that's still wrong. I had a whole debate with somebody. I think she claimed that she was a missionary. She's a foolish missionary. And she was like, well, it ain't no bad thing if it was just oral. I said it's wrong, whether it's oral or not. And if you really in that Bible, even the thought of committing adultery is wrong. Even without, you can commit adultery in your heart. That's how deep it goes. But Bishop Sinegal, he ain't innocent here. Because you covered Prophet Carn when he was having all these allegations, you were covering him. But you don't want to cover him because your friend has stuck his peen in your wife's puss. So now you want to come out and say, I got to rebuke you. But if you're going to rebuke somebody, tell me what exactly Prophet Carn did, word for word. Don't sugarcoat it. Tell me the act that this man have did so we can hear it. And who is your 2 or 3 witnesses? Because if you got something against an elder, you supposed to have 2 or 3 witnesses. Who the 2 or 3 witnesses and what exactly happened? So what did I do? I stayed up all night long, didn't sleep, was watching Prophet Carn messages. And he went live and he was talking. He said, y'all watch out for these bloggers. They coming after me and you could be anointed. And he was saying you could still be an anointed and still pretty much be a hoe is what he was saying. Because he was bringing up Samson. He was bringing up David. And so he was laying the groundwork. All this stuff coming out there. You know, Bishop Sinegal said what he said. So tonight, I was watching Prophet Carn service. They had Bible study. So he went live. He said, I talked to my pastor and I told him what happened. What I'm going to do, I'm going to fast. I'm going to be on my face. And I'm going to sit down, temporarily sit down, and allow other people to preach. But my thing is this, the failure that you did, Prophet Carn, because don't just get up there and say, well, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to fast, I'm going to be on my face. Pretty much I messed up. Tell your congregation what you did. Don't just get up there and say, I'm going to be on my face. You've been on your face enough. You just had that face of somebody's wife puss. Allegedly. So tell them exactly the act of what went on. Since Bishop Sinegal said what he said, don't come out there and say what you said, tell it all. Because then then Dr. Larry Reed said this. This is all what Dr. Larry Reed said. I didn't say it. He said, yeah, Bishop Sinegal, you ain't telling them that you stuck a gun up to your wife's head and demanding her to tell you what happened. I said, this is some tea. If this ain't loving church, loving hip-hop, church addiction, I'm here for it. He said that Bishop Sinegal pulled a gun out to his wife and say, tell me what happened. Did you do it? Tell me what happened. So I'm assuming that it was said to be done. But my thing is this, Bishop Sinegal, if you're going to be about that life, be about that life. What Bishop Sinegal, this is, and I agree with you, Dr. Larry Reed, and I'm going to echo it. This is a power play. Bishop Sinegal, he wants churches. And let me be clear, Bishop Sinegal, and there's no shade. It's no shade. You can't preach. I don't feel nothing when you up there preach. It's just as dry as dry. It's dry. I'm going to tell you that right now. I heard some of your sermons and I was falling asleep. So you ain't got that charisma like Prophet Carn. Let's just be all the way real. You ain't got that type of charisma and talent and skill set like Prophet Carn. You unfortunately, you ain't got it. Because when we were up there preaching, I said, man, put down that laptop, sit down somewhere because I'm falling asleep. Okay. So, and I'm hearing it. And the thing about it is, see, one thing about people, when you're blind, you on, and it's no to these a lot of people they can't see it. He got up there and said, "Yeah, I'm gonna sit down." So pretty much you admit that you were guilty, that you did these things. But before you gonna sit down and bring up the guest preacher, we need $58. Give me a $58 seed. I want a $58. Turn to your neighbor and say $58. Bring it up there to the altar. $58. So those women came up there, brought that $58. He sat down with his shoes and pants and shirt. And the guest preacher came up there. He can't preach either. He ain't got nothing. But he got up there and he said this. I couldn't believe it. He said, "Yeah, my spiritual father is Clefo Dollar. And if Clefo Dollar was in a room, slept with 6 women with cocaine, I won't leave Clefo Dollar." I said, "You fool. If your spiritual leader have got caught with all that, you need to tell your spiritual leader to sit down somewhere. And you need to leave that. Because your spiritual leader is in deep in sin." But that's what they believe. When he said it, I said, wow. He actually said that. And they need deliverance. It ain't about growing up. They just need to stop sticking their peen in things that your peen don't supposed to go there. And Prophet Carn, you just got to stop all that sinning. See what they're trying to do with the sin. They trying to clean it up and see with this prophet and all that. But David suffered for the sin he committed. It wasn't easy for David when he slept with Bathsheba and he made sure that Bathsheba's wife went to the heat of the battle. He suffered for the sin that he committed against God. When you go and you read the scripture, they suffered. They had to pay a price for the sin that they committed. So they try to clean up the sin and they try to clean it up. And it's really sad. It's really, and David did lose a child. So when you look at, but they ain't gonna preach that. They ain't gonna talk about that. They ain't gonna give you that story. They're not gonna give you that story when the prophet came to David and was telling David that you were wrong. They not gonna tell you that. Come on now. It was something that was going on in that lineage. Then come on. I mean, y'all need to read that word. And a lot of people, they look at the punchlines of what a preacher is preaching and they don't read it for themselves. They're not going to read it in the whole book. And unfortunately, it is sad, but I'm not surprised because Prophet Carn, for years, even when I was in Chicago, he would go to different churches. People would say, keep your wife away from him because he's going to sleep with her. And you as a man, you should be, if your friend, see, this is the thing, I don't feel bad for you, Bishop Sinegal. The reason why I don't feel bad is because you covered from this man from sleeping with all these women, but you mad because he slept with your wife. That is exactly what he's gonna do because you're dealing with somebody that can't control his peen. He can't control it because the reason why he ain't willing to be honest, he beating around the bush. Just get over the church and say, "Saints, I can't control my peen. I got a peen problem and I love to sleep with people's wives. I need y'all to pray for me. I need deliverance." Not get up there and say, "Well, I'm going in the fast and I'm going to be on my face." I say, yeah, you probably going to be on your face and living and laughing like you're doing, but you need to admit and you need to be around some people that's going to preach and that's going to deliver you. You need to get on that altar and deliver and get delivered from your sins because what you're doing is crazy. And that's a false. I don't want you prophesize on me because you can't even keep that peen under subjection. How are you going to tell me that I'm about to be blessed with homes and houses and your peen just going to, but then I got to deal with you putting your peen in my wife? But you prophesied about my life, how I'm going to be blessed. And you, the reason why I'm sitting here crying. You slept with my, come on now. Come. Woo, we. Eh, Baba, Shata, glory. I mean, if you gonna sleep around, let me tell y'all this. If you're gonna sleep around and say, "I'm gonna sleep around," make sure you sleep with somebody that ain't somebody's wife. That is a spirit. no self-control, and he know he have that spirit of adultery, fornication. He know he got it. It's in him. It's in him. He can't do it. He got that spirit, and it's only gonna get worse and worse and worse. He ain't gonna stop until somebody come through there and get. I'm just saying, he gonna deal with the wrong person. Because Bishop Sinegal, man, if you was all about that life, you would have pulled up to that church and be like, hey, you need to stop sleeping with my wife. You know, bring it in front of the church. Let the church hear all that. But that's dangerous. You playing a dangerous game when you playing around with somebody else's wife, Punani. That is crazy. Well, that's what they do up in here. I was laughing. I shouldn't have been laughing like that. But I said, y'all making this into the entertainment factor. Y'all making this into a joke. That's why people don't come to church like that. That's why people think church. People, a lot of young people, a lot of millennials, my generation are just out of church. They're not into church like they used to. I remember the church that I went to, a lot of people, they don't go to the church. They don't go to church, period. A lot of people, and this is a case of why people don't want to come to church, because these powerful, charismatic preachers are constantly getting caught up in these scandals. And then the audience, it make them look stupid because they right there giving their money and staying. But you owe Prophet Carn, your congregation, the truth. Yeah, y'all, I'm your pastor, and y'all know I owe y'all an explanation, and you don't really give them extra. You just gonna sit down and then temporarily get that same spirit, that same ping that you put around, as they call it, community ping. You ain't gonna do nothing. But we're gonna take a couple of phone calls and we're gonna go. And y'all can give y'all opinion on what y'all think about the situation. We did reach out to Bishop Sinegal. I reached out to him for an interview. I'm like, tell me the whole story. Don't be telling me something. You sat him down and stuff like that. They talking about you and your phone. But they were dragging Bishop Sinegal in the comments. They were dragging Prophet Carn too, because when he was on that YouTube, baby, them people was in that comments. They were dragging. And what did they do? I guess the missionary people from the camera ministry, they saw them comments. And they took the comments off of YouTube. You couldn't even comment on the live stream. They was in them comments dragging him, talking about he need to get delivered. Them people, you need to tell your people the truth.
Your show now. Press 1.
Keep your king in
your show is scheduled to start in 24 seconds.
Yeah. Have you seen the documentary named The Keepers? I did. All the views are the streets, Wiley. I hate the brainwashing. They trying to instill in fear in people. Yeah, that gets me. Yeah, temporarily, but with the same problem.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4,
building up all that
3,
come, and
2,
once the dust
1.
settles, you go on, you deal with somebody else's wife.
Blog Talk Radio.
He gonna deal with the wrong one, and don't be shocked, because that's danger dealing with somebody's wife and all of that. But Bishop Sinegal, he wants somebody church. You know what I'm saying? He want a power play because you got cool with Prophet Carn. Anybody can see this that's outside looking in. You got cool with him. Okay. You got cool with him because he's a popular preacher. He got all these more members than you, and now but you think, oh yeah, let me make this power play and let me rebuke you so I can target your audience, and some of the members can come to my church. But the reason why they're not coming to your church is because you ain't got it like how Prophet Carn got it. His delivery is better. He's charismatic. It's everything. Like he had that. Unfortunately, you just don't have it. Like when I went to that sermon online, and every preacher can't preach online. Some of these preachers try to preach online, 3 people watching. Just sit down somewhere. 4 people watching. It ain't really got it. It's I get more people watching this, and I'm sitting here with a Black Lives Matter t-shirt on, and I have more people up in here than some of these people got. And they got the blue collar, the cuff links, and 3 people in there watching. Yeah, y'all. I want to say shout out to everybody around the world. It's just only 3 people watching. 3. 3 folks. Y'all seeing me right now blowing my nose with 300 some odd people around the world watching. And some of these people can't even crack 100. I'm just saying. What are you going to turn to your name? Because one person ain't going to better turn to your name because it's only 3 people. The love of money is all right. We got the phone lines open up. Who gonna call in today? The number is 646-716-8447. That is the number. If you want to call in, that is the number. We will allow you all to call in today. I want to say special shout out to Bishop. Special shout out to all the bishops that's living right. Special shout out to the bishops that are out here that are actually living right, living by the principles of Jesus Christ. Thank you to those. Every bishop ain't out here slanging pain, and every prophet ain't out. It is actually some good prophets that are out there preaching the word of God, living by the principles of Jesus, and not out here telling lies and living, preaching one way, and their lifestyle is living another way. So shout out to all the preachers that's out there preaching and that's living right, that ain't out there sleeping with other people's wives and all that. It's hard to keep your flesh under subjection. You a single man and all that will number women. And men, y'all watch y'all wives that go to church. Ain't no man in the church. It's just the pastor. They young and the pastor single. You better wake up. But most of these women, they go to church, they ain't got really that good relationship like that in the home and all that. And if people attract, they say, well, why they keep sleeping with them? They shouldn't do that. People is a lot of women is attracted to that power. When you are a preacher and you got a gift, they're attracted to that. And you got peen, look like he got some good peen, probably like his stank, probably uncircumcised. I don't know because I never seen the peen. But a lot of women, he will always run through women because he's a preacher and women are attracted to that. All right. Let's go to the phone lines. All right. 9563, call you on air.
Hey, Wiley, I was just calling in really quick to let you know that ever since I tuned in, I came in a little late. I have been crying, laughing. I love your show. I do look forward to listening to you every day and keep up the good work.
Thank you. I don't know how it smells. I've never seen how I said it looked like it smelled. Because if you're doing all that sin, sticking in all them women and all that stuff, you need to go on up getting tested. I'm just saying. I mean, it's plenty of women out there that you can smash. You ain't got to smash my wife. I was watching something on Mary. Man, it was an episode of Mary. You keep on cheating on me, man. It's an episode. Make sure y'all watch this. Which one? Tina, she was going off. You keep killing me. You keep doing with that one. I'm doing with that one. You keep doing it. Why are you doing it to me, man? You killing me. Like, she really went in and she was hurt because her man kept cheating on her. That's hurtful. That is painful. You do it with that person. You do it with that person. I've been praying all that. You kidding me? Did you go to that? Go to that episode. Yeah, Tina went off because she was hurt. Because her man couldn't keep that pain in his pants. And the wives need to keep it together also. You marrying these hoes and making them first ladies. Sit down somewhere. You can't marry a whore and make them a first lady. You can't be a whore and you a deacon and you a preacher, you out there whoring and all that type of thing, and then you get them to act like you ain't out there whoring. That's a spirit. And if you don't have that integrity, sit down somewhere, resign and say, y'all, I ain't right. I'm going to leave my post permanently until I get delivered. I can't keep that pain under subjection. I'm addicted to people's wives. That's a spirit. It's people in there, they don't want to get their own wife. They want your wife. It's people that is just unfortunate. All right. We open up the lines. Anybody want to call in? Because it's tight, but it's right. Some of y'all ain't going to call in, but that's fine. Because we had a whole hour show. He's giving us end up OnlyFans. He might as well go on OnlyFans. That to turn to your neighbor, and it's 3 people while you rough. I'm just saying, just 3 folks. 3 folks. If you got 3 people in your church, don't be talking about you want to build up some churches. Just get your own. Just focus on your own lane, right? And Bishop Sinegal, don't be trying to take Prophet Carn ministry. Get your own. Get your own ministry. Build up your own ministry and stuff like that. But it's just like. It was funny because I was laughing. Only thing I didn't laugh at was saying that he stuck a gun up to his wife's face and stuff like that. And I want to know, like, is you giving your wife pink? And he probably bad. And Bishop Sinegal look like he give bad sex. And I don't have nothing against Bishop Sinegal. It look like he ain't hitting it right down there. Sometimes, and women, you need to tell your man if they ain't hitting it right down. And tell them, say, hey, baby, you ain't hitting it right. I ain't coming. I ain't came in 3 days and 3 nights. Tell your man that you ain't came in 3 days and 3 nights. Let him know. Let him know that you ain't hitting it right. You ain't doing it right. And he probably have boring sex. Prophet Carn probably dip it, flip it, do it around, throw it up, throw it around, and lip it, lap. He probably do all type of stuff. Prophesy to the yoni, make it jump, make it woo, 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 make it roll over. You know, it's probably more fun. Hit it from the back and all that. It's probably more fun. Bishop Sinegal look like he just sit there and you just get on top of him. You just do your business like Misty did see me. That's probably how he do it. You just get on top of that and you just get on there and just do a little rap. He just that's it. Women want more. They want more passion. They want more thresh. They want you to come on, somebody. I know I'm preaching up in here today. It's like you don't just want I'm just getting on top of you, just ratting you, and you don't do nothing else. You don't offer nothing else, and you ain't doing nothing else. You want a little bit more. Because some of y'all women, it was through, you know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm saying. If you used to getting thug passion, I'm like, you ain't, you Bishop Sinegal look like he ain't hitting no nothing. That thing probably uncircumcised, ain't limped, and it's just all, probably ain't hitting, probably ain't hitting it right. Prophet Carn probably talk to you dirty and cuss and all that type of stuff. You're doing a lot of cussing. I never see somebody have it, probably cussing, beating it up, and saying all that, saying, yeah, your husband don't do it like that though. Yeah, he don't hit it like that. He don't hit it like all type of stuff that's probably in that bedroom. And I'm not in that bedroom. I don't know. But I feel it in my spirit. Those type of conversations went on. But let's go. Let's go to the phone line. 9582, call you on the air. 9582. Hello. Oh, turn me down the background. You live on the Wiley Show.
Hello.
Hey, you live on the Wiley Show.
Live?
Yes, it's live. Okay, you ain't ready. You listen to me in the background. You gotta turn me down the back. All right. Some women like to get choked. Yeah, someone like to get choked up, and let them know. It says some women, they like certain things. I don't know what's going on my camera. It's just taking off my head. Y'all bet women want this camera to be up there. I don't know what's going on today. It ain't acting right. All right. Whatever. It's just all up there. How that pink bib like, yeah, it's all type of way. And I'm just saying it is. And we hear that. Okay. I want to say this in my close. Oh, we got that same caller, 9582. You need to turn me down the back so you can hear me. So you can call in 9582.
Hello, am I live?
You're live.
Hi.
Okay, you got to turn me down the back. 4378, call you on the air. 4378. 4378. I'm calling your last four. Hello, you live on the air. 4378. You live on the air. All right, I don't know what's going on. You live. Can you hear me? 4378. Let me see. 95.
Yes, hello, hi. Am I live?
Yes. Go ahead, sister.
Yes, I wanted to make a comment about Mr. Andre.
Okay.
It's about the thing is about celebrities. It's just like when they have like a lot of money, they want to buy different, houses everywhere. Instead of like buying one house that they know they're gonna need, they just want to spend their money all around showing off.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I was like saying that about Andre, and I'm pretty sure he has some money that he could buy a house, so nobody needs to feel sorry for him. These people, they just want to show off about, how many money they have.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm like, if you can't show up, they put it out there, and I'm like, make sure you can afford the lifestyle. And if you can't afford it, don't even try to pretend to be in it. I mean, some people say fake it till you make it, but Andre been in the business for 40 some odd years. So this is just foolish behavior, and I just hope that he learned from this.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has some money. He could buy a house. Like this celebrity, they want to buy mansion. Instead of just buying you a normal house, have money, have a normal car, but they just want to show up. So I'm just letting people know, do not feel sorry for these type of celebrities that trying to show off, when they don't even have, nothing.
Right. All right. Thank you so much.
Okay. Nice to meet you. Bye-bye.
No, thank you. All right. Thank you, sister. Okay. All right, people. We call your last four, and I bring you on. We're gonna go to 4378. You live on the air. Yes, you live. 4378. Last four. Hello. You're not muted. I can hear you breathing. Hello. All right. I don't know what's going on with that caller. I was calling them, and they just calling in and not listening. All right. If you call in, we say your last four and everything like that. But we personally want to thank you because we talked about it all. We want to say shout out to all the producers that came in the chat today. It's going to be more of this. This ain't going to be the first time you hear about a preacher get caught up. There's many preachers that get caught up in these scandals. And he ain't going to learn from it. I'm not going to be shocked to say he get caught up again. He's definitely going to get caught up again. I just want to see what Bishop Sinegal, what is going to be his next step, his next card to play. Because he played his card, he rebuked him openly, and it kind of blew up in his face because Prophet Kynes did not get removed from his church. The board did not remove him. His pastor pretty much instructed that during this season of your name just being dragged, just take a seat and allow guest preachers where you raise the money. Excuse me. You hype up the crowd. You raise the money, and then sit down, let a guest preacher, but don't get a guest preacher that's going to outstage you. Get somebody in there that's dry so the people can really miss you. Do a couple of services that you, and so you can come on back. That's how it be. Because that preacher that he had behind him just is dry, that people didn't know him, and they do that purposely. And I'm like, you don't have no other preacher in your church that can go to church every Sunday that people know. But a lot of people is in, they not secure in themselves, and they don't want nobody to upstage them to steal the spotlight. All right. We're going to thank you all so very much. Make sure y'all thumbs up the video, and I will see y'all in the next live. This was lit. Thank you so much to all my moderators in the chat. I want to say God bless you to Ahmed Brown 09. Make sure y'all go check her out on YouTube. She is a YouTuber. Tori Mom, make sure y'all, J Real, Nurse Nicole, Blue Skies, Puppy Love, B Scales. I want to give a special shout out to Mouth Open. Shout out to Shantae. I want to say thank you to Day. Also, Day is in the chat. She's a YouTuber as well. Make sure y'all go and subscribe to her channel. And TLCN3 and also D1 and also Bright Star. Thank you all so very much. Make sure y'all thumbs up. And we will be back with another video soon. I just had to go live today. Okay. Yes, Shantae, I see you. Y'all be blessed.